Right, I managed to nip the that one and that one there. Managed to nip them up. Tight enough. I can't find my others. I've maybe used them on somewhere else, I don't know, but I'm going to order a whole new set because I'm not happy with these. When I first put them in after the rebuild, I rounded one off inside, and these are meant to be like high grade, and I don't think they are, so I'm going to order a new set. But that'll do for now. So what I'm just going to do next, I'll just loosen it off a bit, and just going to put the rear footboard back on. Tools sorted out. And I seem to have mislaid the Allen tool that I was using for that. Here it is. It was right next to me and I couldn't see it for looking at it. Right, so foot peg, which goes in the, I think it was the top wall, I can't remember now. Let's check the other side, yeah, top hole. Start the screw in, bolt, whatever you want to call it. And just get that tight, and that's that. So what I'll do now is I'll knock you off. I'm just going to give the bottom of this primer here just a quick wipe, and then I'm going to drop the bike back down off its stand, off its lift, sorry, and then we'll carry on. So we're back in a minute. Right, before I let the bike down off its stand, I'm just going to whip these plugs out and have a look at them. Strange. Different size plug socket. burning not too badly then. But what I will do is I will put the new ones in, because they're a different plug. These are Axel that I'm taking out. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know I'm blocking your view a bit here, but well, it looks as if it's burning alright anyways. Right, so I'll grab my new plugs. I've gapped the plugs already, I gapped them when I first got them. Just set them at a mil. So, and these are Champion RA8HC. I don't know what these will be like, because I don't think I've ever used them before. But we'll give them a go, see what it's like. If they're crap, I can soon take them back out. As I say, a different size plug as well. The big one was the Axel plug, this one's off the Champion plug. Right, just nip it up a little bit just to squash the washer, and then just back it off, and then just tighten it back up again. And just nip it. You don't want to over tighten your plugs. Put the plug lead back on. Right, and now I'll let the bike back down off its lift. Right, I'll knock you off again for now. Right, I got a bit carried away. I've got the bike back down on its stand, and I've put my oil filter tool on the end of the oil filter, ready to take it off. But if you can see there, I'll just zoom out a touch. You can see there's like another one of them tin foil trays. And what I've found in the past is when I do these oil filters, if you cut the end off one of the trays and just shape it and shove it underneath, it's good for catching oil when you take your filter off. So that's what I shall do, and basically you can just throw it away afterwards, and it's you get less oil spillage. I used to struggle. I used to put bits of plastic under, I used to try all sorts to try and stop the oil dripping down, and to be truthful, that's the best way I've found so far. So without further ado, we shall take off the oil filter. Keep that in, squash it in a bit more so that it doesn't just try and come off when I... Right, just undo your oil filter. And that's it. Oil filter off, and very little oil spillage. And then pick the filter up the right way around, and that's the filter off, which I'll just put in the oil drain. tray. I'll grab a rag this time because I think I dropped my tool in the bit of oil that did come out. Yes, I did. And I don't know how well you can see in there. Zoom in and adjust it so you can actually see. And you can see the oil dripping out where the oil filter sits on in there, dripping out, going onto the tray, and none going down your bike, which is always a good thing. So I'll just let that drip for a while, and I'll knock it off for now. I'll clean my tool up that I've just took it off with. Yep, so I'll knock you off for now, I'll come back in a minute. Right, I've got my little drain out, no oil dripped anywhere. Obviously I've cleaned the face off where the oil filter's gone. Got a new Motor Factory oil filter, and it's the 10 micron filter that you should be using on twin cams. So, it's chrome. You can get them in black as well. Take the wrapper off. I don't think I needed to tell you that, but I said it anyways. Once you've got it unwrapped and ready to go on, just get your oil that you're going to be putting in your engine. Just break the seal on this because it's a new tub. Just dip your finger in it and just run a very, very light bead of oil around the rubber seal on the oil filter. And basically all that's for is to help it tighten up without twisting the oil filter. So get your oil filter in, start it on the threads. Now get it hand tight, and I want to see if I can get in from a different way here. Hand tight. And that will be tight enough. If you haven't got a good grip, you can put your tool on and just give it a nip, but don't over tighten your oil filter. Once it's run through its cycles and heated up and cooled down, etc., it will be tight. And if you over tighten it now, it'll be nigh on it. Well, it won't be impossible, but it'll be a real arse to get it back off. So I'll just knock you off for now, and we'll go around to the side. Back in a minute. Right, I'm going to put my oil plug back in for my engine oil. I've got the new O-ring for it, so just basically just peel out the old O-ring. Try and keep it in view, would help. Yeah, and then as I say, there's the new O-ring for it. Let's grab a rag. Right, and just give it a cleaning where the old O-ring was sat. Let's get rid of any crap that was in there. And just run your finger up the thread. Well, your nail. Just clean out anything in the thread. Around the top where your magnet is. Right, once you've done that, just put your new O-ring over the top and then just push it down into place. Give it a twist to make sure it's not bound up or twisted. Right, and what I'll do is I'll just knock you off for a second. I'm going to fit that in and tighten it up to 26 Newton meters, and then we'll fill the oil up. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, we've got the oil plug back in, and remember as well, when you're putting oil plugs back in, always clean the surface on the casing before you put your plug back in as well. So oil plug's back in, as you've seen earlier, the filter's back on and that. So now we're going to fill up the engine oil. So I'll just get my loud jug. And pour some oil in it. Right, and I've just spilt some, as you've just seen, but I'll wipe that up in a minute. Now, anyone who's watched my videos might recognise this jug. It's what I use to fill most stuff up, but it always gets cleaned out after each use, so it gets solvent put in it and cleaned out so that there's no like contamination from different oil types. But also, it's same with funnels and stuff that you, like the one I use to fill the gearbox for instance, I always clean them with solvents so that they're dry, because you can let them stand and let all the oil drip out of them, but it leaves a real sort of microfilm of oil on the surface of it, and that's all it needs for shit to stick to. So then you go and chuck your fresh oil in, and you're dragging all the crap through with it. So always clean out your oil, your funnels, or your jug like this one for instance. Oh, a bit too quick that. Gotta be careful of that as well. Pour it in too fast and it'll sort of backfire on you. Builds up a vacuum inside and it can't get into the box quick enough, into the sump, sorry, quick enough. So it just comes up and basically fires back at you. So I'll just knock it off a sec and I'll just get this cleaned up. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I've cleaned my spill. I'll carry on putting oil in this thing. When I've put this jug in, I'll check the level, and because it's cold, basically when you do a cold engine oil check, if your level is sort of between half full and full, then that's usually quite good, around about what you want. When I do this, I'll have it a little bit on the higher side because I've got an oil filter to fill up. I won't overfill it though. Right, I'll just check that. So if you get your dipstick and a rag, make sure your dipstick's clean, and where is it at? There. On a cold level check, you want to sort of bring it to about halfway up that blank part there. When it's hot, check it to the full level, but I'm going to have it sort of in between 1/2 and 3/4, so, and then I'll fire her up, let the oil circulate around a bit, fill the oil filter up, etc. So just push it in, but push it all the way in, and then pull it back out and see where your level's at. And mine there, I don't think you can see, is just on the bottom of the flat bit, of the plain bit should I say. So a little bit more. From the bottom of that plain bit to the top of the plain bit when the engine's hot, it's basically a quart of oil. So the little bit I've put in won't overfill it, but just repeat what you've just done all the way in, take it out, get your rag under so you don't drip oil everywhere, and as you can see there, it's just above halfway, so I'm just going to put a little drop more in. Back on, let's give that a wipe. Just noticed there as well, just caught that in the light, and there's a screw under here. I just noticed I never got in at that bit. There. Right, put your plug in. Right, and what I'll do now is I'll knock you off a minute and we'll get her cranked up. Right, back in a sec. Right, we'll get her fired up and make sure everything's alright. Should be a bit clunky to start with till the oil gets round. Make sure it's in neutral. As you've seen there, wasn't any great gobs of smoke came out of it around. Ticking over for a while minute, and I'll knock you off now. I'll come back and we'll check the oil level. Back in a minute. Right, we'll give this dipstick a wipe off. I left the bike running for a couple of minutes and just let it cool down for like 5 minutes and let the oil settle. So now we'll check the oil level all the way in and then back out. As you can see there, it's sort of bottom of the dipstick, so I'll put a little bit more in. Right, check it again. It's sort of nearly halfway, so a little bit more. Clean dipstick off again. Right, and as you can see there, it's halfway, just under halfway. But what I'll do is I'm going to take the bike out now for a quick run about, and when I get back I'll check the oil level and just top it up to what it needs to be, because it'll be at full temperature when I come back, so I'll give it like 5 minutes for oil to settle, and then as I say, just top it up as necessary. So that's it. So you've had your oils out and replaced, check the clutch, check the primary chain. There's other things you can do in a general, so you can check your rear belt tension, but I actually checked that not so long back. Air filter, as I say, probably less than 500 mile ago I put a new air filter in it. It's had new plugs in it, so now it's just a case of take it for a test run, make sure everything's alright, and hopefully we'll get a right good summer and I can get some miles on it this year. So, right, that's it until next time. Catch you later.